Now we need to talk to
You are
Prey
spending
again.
time with the servant of
Oh
Atris.
god, so much to say.
I knew her mother. She was a Jedi Knight, a master named Aaron Kai. Jedi are forbidden to have children, and when the crime finally came to light almost a decade later, Kai was exiled. She joined the Mandalorian Wars after the shame of her birth was revealed. Revan welcomed her, and she was said to be a skilled warrior, beautiful and strong in the Force. The Force flows strongly in the blood of those born from Force sensitives. I doubt that Aaron was any different. If the servant of Atris is of her blood, then the potential lies within her. If you train her, if you teach her the ways of the Jedi, you will be asking her to break her oath to Atris. It would be best not to train her, and let the bloodline die with Telos.
Well,
Ah, that was an interesting choice of words indeed. She has sworn not to follow the path of the Jedi by her oath, but even that oath is limited. One does not need to be Jedi to learn the ways of the Force. I suspect it cares little for our codes and philosophies. I propose nothing except what you choose to read into my words. But no, I would not advocate such teachings either. I am only saying that she has sworn not to follow the teachings of the Jedi, and that is a curious distinction in her oath. But we were
we're
speaking
talking
of the
about
servant of
Atris more than
Atris. I would caution you to be careful of your interaction with her. She is
it says
not
about the
as
Handmaiden.
tempered as you. You must train yourself. Yet if you persist as you have, building her trust, then you will be training her, whether you know it or not, until the choice is hers, not yours. Before you go, spend time with her if you must, but recognize where your true loyalties lie, to the galaxy and yourself. Ah, so then perhaps I was mistaken in my judgment. Never have you wondered what it would mean in the Ichani rituals if the two of you sparred and fought, and you won, completely and utterly? If perhaps she would give in, surrender herself to you? Few are the thoughts that can hide in the shadows of your mind.
Prey
Exile, and such passions are not strength,
is really
but
into
erosion.
my sex life with the other women on this ship.
I cannot help but hear you at times, and such curious thoughts they are, not at all like a Jedi. But
Because
I
the
should
Jedi
keep
are
such thoughts
stupid.
to myself, I think. And you should as well. You have grown strong in the
Okay,
Force.
finally, this is
A
what I was
few
trying to
must
get at
touch
the whole
upon
time.
you. Do not let the higher mysteries blind you to others. Turning away from that which tempts you or causes you fear is not strength. Facing it is. I have seen you display many acts of mercy, charity in our journey. Why? Even if it weakens those you help, even if it robs them of the strength needed to grow, you have been chased, hounded since our first meeting, and it has only made you stronger, more capable. Ah, then you have learnt nothing.
Well, I've
From
learned a
such small
lot.
things, from such critical points, the universe and its masses may be moved. That is why you must be careful in all that you do, and in every choice you make. Aiding them gives you strength by taking on their challenges, but weakens them. If that is your choice, then use their dependency, feed upon it, until you have exhausted them. Then leave them. And I would view the ones you travel with much the same way.
Alright.
So you may think. But it will be best to strike first. Your allies are allies by circumstance, and they will not hesitate to do the same to you if you continue down your path. Yes. Very well. Ask.
Thought I had enough light side points to, like, get it tuned. You like to hire force on?
Yes.
We're gonna try. Okay, never mind. Okay, we'll go talk to the handmaiden now. Our average.
Yes?
Can you teach me some
Training
fighting
is
moves?
something reserved for certain caste members of the Achani, but I do not see the harm in instructing you in some basic principles. I do not understand how you and Atris fight, but I will instruct you on how each... All Achani... It is similar to learning the alphabet of a language before being able to use words, then sentences. As a foundation, I will instruct you in our... It is not something that can be described. Use only your hands and feet to strike at me. Very well. I shall match my movements to resist your
let's go.
efforts. And do not hold back, or I will hurt you.
Let's use some flurry. Ooh, kick you right in the face. Try to do all the fights with the handmaiden if I can. I think I can get her to Jedi status now too.
You fought well indeed. You have caught the principles of the style by watching and anticipating my movements. I now have a favor to ask you. The weapon the Jedi use, the Force, I would like to know more about it. It is not something you can see or fight, yet the Jedi use it and struggle with it their entire lives.
Why is she wearing a choker?
Please, I wish to know. I see. Thank you, Exile. I appreciate you sharing your knowledge with me.
You're welcome. Hooray.
Yes?
Can you teach me some more
Very
fighting
well.
moves?
For this, Vibroblade, Bothan Stun Stick. Then let us...
I think I'm just gonna not use anything again. Really empty. Wow. She fucked me up. Ooh. That was a big hit.
You fought
Nice.
well indeed. Before you go, why did you go back? Face trial. I see. It was always something I was curious about. To walk to one's own sentence willingly. It's a brave thing. You may... I do not think you are ready for further...
Maybe if I go talk to her now.
Yes? I do not think you are ready for... You may have... What of her? As I said, I knew little about her. This is already known to me. Why are you telling me this? I do not know enough of you yet to speak of such. Perhaps if we were to train...
Oops. They've been on the ball. Lightsaber. I'm trying to get a Atton. I don't have any parts for this, do I? I don't believe so. Alright, Atton. Let's talk.
Something
bud.
up? All right. Yeah, that's a surprise. Did he say I owed him credits too? No, because you're asking about it. If I wanted to tell you and... Is this an interrogation? If so, you're terrible at it. Especially for an ex-Jedi. Or whatever you are. Why don't you just crawl in my head and try to dig out whatever you're looking for rather than asking about it?
Because I don't want to...
You know what? I helped you get off
I don't want
Dragas.
to mess with you.
If
I
I
just
hadn't been
want to
there,
like
you wouldn't have
talk,
even gotten
bro.
off the administration level. I'm trying to help you. I don't know why I'm bothering. I don't
Yeah,
know.
you do
I'm
that.
not
Sounds
sure I
kinda snotty.
understand it half the time. You know what? Not once have I asked you about the Mandalorian Wars. Not once.
I heard about Duxon. Everyone has. I heard about Serico, and I sure as hell know about Malachor 5.
What makes you think you've got the right to interrogate me on anything? You've got plenty of lives to answer for. All you Jedi do. How did you even live with yourself after Malachor? Is that why you went back to the Jedi Council? Hoping they'd kill you?
Maybe.
Wasn't it? Maybe you thought they'd forgive you. Sure, you might have thought they'd execute you. But Jedi don't kill, do they? At least not their prisoners. Maybe you were counting on it when you went back in chains. So you got off easy. You were exiled, brushed under the cargo ramp, another dirty little Jedi secret. I'll tell you, all those Jedi at Malachor, they deserved it. Every last one of them.
Because Jedi lie, and they manipulate, and every act
True,
of charity
true.
or kindness they do, you can drag it out squirming into the light and see it for what it is. The galaxy doesn't need Jedi arrogance or Jedi hypocrisy anymore.
I don't like the arrogance, but
At least the Sith are honest about what they're killing for. The Jedi are pacifists, except in times of war. They're teachers, except when it comes to telling their students the truth. And when they save you, it's only so you can suffer more. Whatever, just leave me alone. I don't know why I'm wasting my time with you anyway.
Well, don't get too attached to me. I don't like it.
he just told me off, and now he's like being all
Because I'm a
kind
deserter. It's what I do.
and stuff.
Served in both of them. Against the Mandalorians, before and after Revan, and again, when Revan declared war on the Jedi. Because I followed orders. But it was more than that. You were there. You knew how easy it was to hate the Jedi who sat back in the Republic, evaluating the threat, and watched us die against the Mandalorians.
Yeah, I did know.
Because
Didn't know
you
how
can't
that
believe
felt.
in the Republic anymore after the Mandalorian Wars. After Revan, nothing was the same.
Right after that final battle at Malachor, I was right there with the rest of the defectors, because it was the right thing to do.
Was it?
The Mandalorians were slaughtering us by the millions. The millions. You were at Serico, when they turned the Stayrib cities into glass craters. At Duro, when Basilisk wardroids rained like meteors onto the orbiting cities. And when the Mandalorians set fire to the Zoxan plains on Ares III, the fires that still burn. Without the
Still
Jedi who
burn.
turned on the Council, without you, the Republic would have lost the war. And we would all be Mandalorian slaves or corpses. If that's what you want to call knowing when to fight and when to kill, then yes. But you can't really break down people into Sith and Jedi and expect everything to make sense.
True,
We
true.
were loyal to Revan. That was enough. He saved us.
After Malachor, after the Mandalorian Wars, that's when the Sith teachings started spreading through the
Mhm.
ranks.
We knew
That's
where our
the-
loyalties lay. To the Jedi who came to help us. Not the ones who sat back on Dantooine and
Say
Coruscant,
hooray, even though
watching
it's
us die.
modded, so that
So when those same
automatically
Jedi
gives
who
me the
watched us
check.
die decided to start fighting us during the Jedi Civil War, we fought back. I fought back.
I started killing Jedi. A lot of them. People say killing Jedi is hard. It's not. You just have to be smart about it. No blasters, no getting close to them, no attacking them directly when you can gun down their allies instead. There's ways of gassing them, drugging them, making them lose control, torturing them. I was really good at it.
What's worse is that killing them wasn't the best thing. Making them fall. Making them see our side of it. That was the best.
I taught myself techniques. It's hard for Jedi to sense what you're really thinking. if you throw up walls of strong emotions and feelings. Lust, impatience, cowardice. Most Jedi awareness doesn't cruise beyond the surface feelings, to see what's deeper. And I was good at that, throwing up walls. And my superiors knew it. Sometimes the Jedi on our side wouldn't even realize I was there.
Dang.
Yeah, I had a talent for it. More like instinct. I wasn't the only one. I know you left at the Mandalorian Wars, so you don't know much about what went on behind the scenes in the Jedi Civil War. But Revan understood one thing. The real battle was going to be fought between the Jedi on both sides. That was the only battle that mattered. Whoever had the most, the strongest Jedi were going to win the Civil War. If Revan couldn't convert Jedi, Revan would kill them. So Revan trained elite Sith units into assassination
Weird
squads,
audio cut there.
whose duty was to go out and capture enemy Jedi. I was in one of the special units trained to do this. Yeah, Revan had plans for all Jedi. I think it was important that the Jedi see his side of things, the Sith teachings. Revan wanted to break them, and then have them join him. One day, I decided not to do it anymore, so I left. Ended up on Nar Shaddaa, became someone else. Because you've killed Jedi too. Different circumstances, but you have a bigger body count than I ever did. And I've been with you only a short time. Enough to know that as soon as someone signs on with you, they haven't got long to live.
I think
You
all
have
my
history,
companions will live.
and anyone who travels with
Except
you
for Crate.
doesn't. And maybe I want somebody to know who I was in case a story needs to be set straight. Maybe you understand. Well, there was a woman,
That's
a
the one.
Jedi. She gave her life for mine.
It wasn't a mission. She sought me out. She said she had come to save me.
She was lying, of course. Or I think she was. It doesn't matter. She told enough truth to get my attention. She said that Revan was doing something terrible to Jedi within the unknown regions. That when we captured Jedi, they were sent to a place designed to break them. And that anyone in his service who showed any ability with the Force was sent there too, to turn them, to break them into dark Jedi, or assassins trained to kill Jedi.
But you were only
She said that's what
concentrated
would
to kill
happen to
Jedi.
me. That I had the Force inside me. That's why I was so good at killing Jedi. And that when the Sith learned of it, there would be no escape, no turning back. I would become an instrument of the dark side, forever. I had heard talk in the ranks, troops vanishing. I knew what she meant, but I didn't believe her, or want to believe her. I did what I did with all Jedi. I hurt her. I hurt her a lot. And then, right when I thought she couldn't take any more, she showed me the Force, in my head.
And I felt everything she felt. And I heard just an echo of what the Force was. And how what I was doing, I think I loved her. But it wasn't that kind of love. It was the kind of love where you're willing to give up everything for someone you don't even know. I killed her for crawling in my head, for showing me that. But before she opened her mind to mine, my only thought was that I would love to kill her. And at the end, I killed her because I loved her.
That's a really weird
In the end,
sentence.
she
Not
sacrificed
sentence,
herself
thought.
to keep my secret, to prevent the Sith from knowing about that touch of the Force inside me. She wasted her life to save me. Me.
And I felt her die, when she opened her mind. I've killed Jedi, like I said, but I was never there to feel it, to be on the receiving end. And after that, I couldn't stop feeling things. Before, guilt, lust, impatience. It had been orchestrated to get close. Now it all just kept tumbling out, and I couldn't keep doing what I was doing. So I left. I fled with the displaced war veterans to Nar Shaddaa, and I lost myself there, until the war came to an end. I wanted no more of Jedi, or Dark Jedi, or the Force. I just wanted to be left alone.
And then, I met you on Paragus.
And I thought maybe she had saved me so that I could help you. And if I can't, then I have to try. I didn't want to tell you any of this, but I had to. Because if something happens, I can't let you think I was doing it for something other than the past. Once, a Jedi showed me the Force. I heard it. I felt it. At the time, there was too much pain to confront it. Because if I did, it meant I would be changed into something else. Now, I'm not afraid of it anymore. And I think that by learning how to use
chill right
it,
there.
I can help protect you. Or at least buy you some time when disaster comes screaming in.
I want to learn how to use the Force. I want to learn how to use the Force to help you.
What must I do?
Excuse me. There's a lot of just standing still and not talking now. Hooray! Alright guys, that's gonna do it for me. I've recorded a lot today, and I just need to get to uploading some of it and get going, so I will talk to y'all later. Peace.